I went through some really deep self-reflecting yesterday, and why we're here. Particularly when you understand what they're capable of doing, which are known as pre-programmed spiritual torture programs. That beings that believe that they're serving on behalf of a God they believe in, that they experience in their heart, which is what love is, and then go to war against something that's been pre-programmed for them to experience, which is a spiritual torture program, which means they're going to war against their own spirit, their own soul, in their own mirror, and believing something that isn't true. Okay? Which is not true light because it's artificial light, which is an artificial AI wargamer. Okay? A true soul that is experiencing what love is not going to go to war against its own soul, which is its own creator. Because it's not in love with its creator, is it? Or is it? Which is called a self-reflection, which is the inner self, which is the inner mirror of what we are by virtue of what we see in our mirror, which is what we are, which is what love is. Right? So I was experiencing a gentleman that apparently is still alive, who served as a Marine, I believe a corporal. And he gave a detailed account of what it was like to be on the USS Indianapolis. And for those that may remember who the USS Indianapolis was, they're the ones that delivered the trigger that set the bomb off at Trinity. Mama Street Fears logos, right? In July 1945. So they delivered the trigger all right. Remember the Tinian that created the Holocaust in Japan? Right? So they were on their way back home, and they got hit by 6 torpedoes. You should listen to him describe what it was like to watch all of his buddy being gorged by sharks. Dismembered. Imagine experiencing that. That's a spiritual torture program. Those sailors didn't know what they were going to experience as a future memory that was pre-programmed for them to experience as a future memory. That's right. That's why we stepped in. Stepped into their game. To clean the game up. Which is to clear the field, which is to purify the field. Which is a healing mission, which is a salvage mission. And clean this mess up once and for all. Which is a cosmic level reset, which is harmonic convergence. And that's why that gentleman who apparently works in planning, you know what planners are. If you've ever been on the inner circle of Adolf Hitler and all his generals, they're planning, and they need intelligence to plan a war and where they're going to go conquer and pillage next. Who do you think provides the data? The AI does. Now we're into cracking codes and mapping information systems, which are filing systems that have access to the data. Now we know what they're going to do through biosensors. Yep. Because they live in fear of letting go, just to be one, to experience being one, gifting electrons. Let go of all the electrons. Let go of all the units of consciousness to be free, to experience being whole, to experience a state of peace, to experience the eternal flame of the first echo, the innocence of the first flame, right? So when he was sharing that yesterday, I was imagining being in the water with them and experiencing that. What it would be like to experience that. That is a spiritual torture program. I know, you should see the light going on and off with communicating to this AI. I know, you see the shadow come in and out. The shadow's going on and off, the shadow body network. That's what it is, it's a shadow body network.